Good morning and welcome to Cecil TV. Rob Churnside here. Welcome, Greg Shelton.
Hey,
Mi casa es su casa. Well, actually, it's not my house. Where are we, Greg?
We're in the Brady Rees house, which is a Victorian home built in the 1870s. It's owned by Ed and Sarah O'Hara, and it's one of the oldest bed and breakfasts in Chesapeake City, and it's known as the Inn at the Canal.
Okay, so here we are at the Inn at the Canal.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to talk to you, Greg, about your latest production through Poplar Hall, a haunted Victorian walk right here in Chesapeake City.
Correct. So we launched that for the first time last year. It sold out, which I was excited about. It's really a handwritten experience, and it's really supposed to be playing off the idea that Chesapeake City, of course, is a true Victorian town. So most of the older homes are built in that Victorian era. The tagline of the production is known as the Return of the Golden Age of the Ghost Story. So it's really embedded in the old style of writers, being Edgar Allan Poe, M.R. James, H.P. Lovecraft. So it's really about the story first, and there's an acting component with it too.
And it's more than just one story that will be enacted by the Revisionists, right?
Correct. So the Revisionists is the naming convention of the act. They are actually people that lead everyone around. They are the storytellers with a lantern. But as you walk through the dark, horrific streets of Chesapeake City, they will be meeting up in different spots, normally historic houses and Victorian porches. They will be met with apparitions that are also actors, and that will be a dark Gothic exchange.
And each of these apparitions are the quote-unquote undead ghosts, as it were.
They are, absolutely.
They have problems, right? That the Revisionists
They have problems, absolutely. So I pride myself on the idea of this being a cultural, historic kind of history lesson for a lot of people, just getting to know the town. But this is really dark stories, and when they have passed away, the revisionists will read from the story book as it's written, and then apparitions will come out and they will interact. And it's really about trying to right or wrong from their passing, and that's what to me is what's interesting and different about this production.
And these revisionists can can communicate with these undead.
They can. As scary as it may be, they will interact, and that's where the fun starts.
And okay, so it's kind of like a Victorian spin on a ghost walk right here in Chesapeake City, 5 different locations.
That is correct. There's a lot of events to go to. If you're looking for super horror and chainsaws and blood, this is not what we're doing. Chesapeake is an interesting town, and I think that it deserves to have something that has something to do with their history, and that's what I'm proud of. I think that it's not an easy thing to do, and I think we've successfully done it. And last year's inaugural Revisionary Victorian Walk sold out, and I think we're going to be heading that this year, and it's a great time.
And it's October 15, 16, 22nd, 23rd, 29th, and 30th. So there's plenty of ways people can participate.
Right. So
how do they get tickets?
Right. So it's a Friday and Saturday. So it starts the 15th and 16th and runs till the end of the month. Tickets can be had at our website, my website at www.poplarhall.us. And you can also call the town and they can set you up with tickets too.
That's Poplar, like the tree, hall.us, like
.us, correct. Poplarhall.us.
And that sounds like a great thing, and kids won't be scared out of their wits, right?
So in the ticket link, it's 13 and above, and I only say that because this is I recommend coming to Chesapeake City and making a night of it. So Chesapeake City has some of the best bed and breakfasts. The restaurants are unmatched. If you're a seafood lover, this is the place to be. And I'm really encouraging people to take advantage of Chesapeake as a town. Call to the bed and breakfast, stay for the weekend, get your tickets. Get reservations for a wonderful dinner and make a weekend of it.
That really sounds great, and there's plenty of options. Give us a little flavor of what's going to be involved in maybe one of these stories that will be enacted throughout the town.
Sure. I normally don't like to give things away because I love the anticipation.
Don't tell the ending.
I will not tell the ending. So there's a wonderful story, and I really want to give a quick plug to our story writer. One of my best friends, her name's April Lindsay. She's a Victorian expert, lives in a Victorian home, and is an amazing writer. And one of the storylines, which is a big White House when you come into Chesapeake City. It used to be, when I was a little tiny kid this big, it was our doctor's office. And we call it Dr. Davis's house. And there's a storyline about that house in the Victorian time, kind of very out of Victorian time, probably the turn of the century. A family moves into the house, restores the whole house, And up in the third story, the gentleman finds a loblolly pine post, and he takes it upon himself to be artistic and whittle a ventriloquist dummy out of it. And we all know that doesn't seem normal for a normal family,
bode well.
right? So he does that, and he's very proud of it. Then he becomes a ventriloquist, which was a dream of his, and things get scary from there. But ultimately, he whittles the ventriloquist dummy out. He creates an act. He turns that house into a performance hall, and then he's getting nothing but rave reviews. People coming from New York and Florida to come see this amazing act, and it's the Amazing Herb and his dummy Gabby is the name of the act. And ultimately, as these things do, he starts to realize there's some strange behavior from Gabby, his ventriloquist dummy. He has some fear that this thing's talking on its own, which of course it is, which makes that fun. So things get really crazy from there. Right. He has to handle Gabby and do some crazy things. And I have to believe that Gabby might find a way to get free in Chesapeake City. He might be on the loose, and I think it might want to protect your family.
So who's the
friends.
dummy now, huh?
Who's the dummy? Who's the one who's doing the speaking? Who's doing the acting? So we'll leave that up to you when you come get tickets for the event.
Well, we hope to come and check this out at
Thank you
Cecil
very
TV.
much.
And thanks for sharing it with our viewers. Poplar Hall, I know you have other things that you do with Chesapeake City. What's the next thing coming up?
So the next thing up, we do our European Christmas market in Chesapeake City. That will be the 4th of, it's the first Saturday in December. It's going to be the 4th. And I'm bringing something really special this year that I've yet to introduce, but I want to do it on Cecil TV first. We have our Christmas market that will happen from 10 to about 5 when the sun goes down. But we're really bringing something special to the town this year. It will happen every year as the precursor to our Christmas market. From 9 to 10, where I'm bringing something to the town, and it's going to be called a parade of horses. So Chesapeake has an illustrious heritage in the horse racing and horse competency. And when I was a little kid, that's what we did. We went to the horse farms. There was no restaurants and things here. And so ultimately, that morning of the Christmas market, get here by 9 o'clock because you're going to see a fox hunt team with their dogs. You're going to see dressage teams. You're going to see the Delaware State Mounted Police in the parade. You're going to see the St. Augustine Pony Club. And it's going to be an amazingly beautiful experience. And it's going to be something that I think that people that love animals and horses will be coming here at 9 o'clock on the dot to see beautiful people dressed in amazing outfits and costumes from their horse position. And it's just going to be beautiful. And I think it's
December
special.
4th, right?
December 4th, correct.
Check that out through Poplar Hall again, poplarhall.us.
That is correct, absolutely.
And get your tickets at poplarhall.us for
Correct.
the Revisionists Haunted Victorian Walk, October 15, 16, 22, 23, 29, and 30. Greg, thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Have a nice day.